Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, because tonight's story is gonna crawl under your skin. Working the night shift as a janitor sounds like easy money. Mopping floors, emptying trash, locking doors. But when you're alone in a creaky old building at 2 a.m., things can get seriously creepy. This is a true story from 2020, when I was a janitor at an old office complex in rural Michigan. I was 26, broke, and thought I'd scored a quiet gig. Just me, a mop, and a half-abandoned building. But what I encountered in those dark hallways wasn't just dust and cobwebs. It was something that still haunts my dreams. Grab a blanket, dim the lights, and let's dive into this disturbing true janitor horror story. My first night at the office complex was unsettling from the start. The building was a 1970s relic. Gray concrete, stained carpets, and endless hallways that smelled like mildew and old coffee. Most offices were empty, with only a few businesses renting the upper floors. My job was to clean the common areas, check locks, and make sure no one was lurking after hours. They gave me a flashlight, a walkie-talkie that barely worked, and a list of tasks. The silence was heavy, broken only by the buzz of flickering fluorescent lights. Every step echoed, and I kept catching glimpses of movement in the shadows. But when I turned, it was just empty corners. I told myself it was just nerves, new job, late hours. But the air felt thick, like the building was watching me. About 3 weeks in, things got weird. I was mopping the third floor when I heard a faint tapping, like someone knocking on glass. It came from room 317, an empty office at the end of the hall. The door was locked, lights off, no one's supposed to be there. I called out, "Hello? Anyone in there?" Silence. Then a whisper. My name, Ethan, soft but clear, like it was right behind me. My heart was pounding. I checked the door again, still locked. My walkie crackled, but no one answered. Later, I checked the security footage, and room 317's feed was just static with a brief flash of something moving inside. I told my boss, but he said it was probably pipes. Pipes don't know your name. I went home that night, double-checking my locks. The weirdness kept building. One night, I was cleaning the main lobby, a big open space with glass walls and a creepy, echoing vibe. My flashlight started flickering and the air turned freezing, like someone opened a window in January. I saw it, a tall, human-shaped shadow standing near the reception desk, motionless. It wasn't my shadow. The angles didn't match. My hands were shaking as I shined my light at it, but the spot was empty. My walkie crackled with static, and I swear I heard a low, guttural laugh mixed in. I bolted to the security office, checked the cameras, and saw nothing but static on the lobby feed. That night, I felt eyes on me every time I turned a corner, like something was stalking me through the building. I wasn't the only one working nights. There was Frank, an older janitor who'd been there for decades. He was gruff, always smoking outside before his shift. I told him about the shadow and the whispers. He didn't laugh. Instead, he looked me dead in the eyes and said, "Don't go poking around, kid. This place ain't right." He told me about a janitor from the 90s, Paul, who started hearing things. Whispers, laughter, his name called from empty rooms. Paul got obsessed, stayed late to investigate, and one night he too vanished. No trace, no goodbye. Frank said the company called it a quit, but he believed the building took him. Some places hold on to things, he said, and they don't let go. His words stuck with me, making every shadow feel alive. I should have quit after Frank's story, but I needed the money. Things escalated one night in the basement. A damp maze of storage rooms and rusted pipes. My flashlight was acting up, flickering like it was possessed. I heard a door slam shut behind me, locking me in a narrow hallway. The lights started flickering, and that whisper came again, clearer now. "Ethan, stay." My walkie was useless, just spitting static. I turned and saw it. A tall, thin figure at the end of the hall with no face, just a dark void. It didn't move, just stood there watching. I banged on the door, my hands shaking, but it wouldn't budge. The air got colder, and I felt something brush my shoulder like icy fingers. My heart was racing so fast I thought I'd pass out. The basement felt alive, like it was playing with me. The lights went out completely, leaving me in pitch black with only my dying flashlight. The whispers turned into a low, guttural laugh, echoing from all directions. Heavy footsteps started circling me, getting closer. I threw my flashlight at the sound and it shattered, plunging me into total darkness. I pressed myself against the door, screaming for help. Feeling something cold and clammy grab my arm. The laugh grew louder, saying, "You're mine." I don't know how long I was there, shaking, waiting for it to take me. Then suddenly the door clicked open and the lights flickered back on. The hallway was empty, but my arm had red marks like fingerprints that burned for hours. I ran to my car, didn't look back, and quit the next morning. I didn't even go back for my last paycheck. A few days later, I found something in my jacket pocket. A small rusted key with 317 scratched into it. The room from that first night. I hadn't picked it up. I threw it into a river, but the nightmares started. Endless hallways, that faceless figure, that laugh calling my name. I moved out of Michigan, got a day job, but I still check my locks every night. Whatever was in that building, it wasn't just a ghost. It was something older, something that wanted me to stay. I looked up the building later. It was demolished in 2022, but I'm sure it's still there, waiting for someone new. I've tried to move on, but it's tough. I avoid old buildings, especially at night. I found online forums where other janitors shared similar stories. Whispers, shadows, things that follow you home. One thread mentioned my building, saying it was built on an old burial site which the company covered up. I tried to find Frank, but he'd retired and left no trace. I think about Paul, the janitor who vanished, and wonder if he's still trapped there. Whatever I saw, it wasn't human. It was something that knew my name and wanted to keep me. I'm telling you this because some places aren't just haunted. They're alive and they're hungry. That's my story, guys. I swear every word is true. I still hear that laugh sometimes when it's too quiet, and I check my doors twice before bed. If you've got a creepy janitor story or any night shift nightmare, drop it in the comments. It helps knowing I'm not alone. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more true horror stories. I've got plenty more to tell, and they're just as chilling. Next time you're in an old building after dark, maybe don't linger too long. You don't know what's watching. Stay spooky, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.